Hi, church family. Wow, it's been a while since I last made a video giving you updates and church news, etc. But I'm going to be honest behind the reason. I've kind of been in a slump, feeling kind of down, helpless at times, really, and frustrated, even angry at times at the circumstances given, of which I have no control over. You know that as well, and you don't either. But those feelings have changed over the last couple of days as I've had some dear brothers come alongside of me and through God's Spirit reminded me of one thing that is for certain. God will be glorified throughout all of this. This is about Him. This isn't about us. This isn't about our church. This isn't even about our country as much as it is about Him being known and us listening and us yielding to His Spirit and us being obedient to what He's calling us to do during this time. It has nothing to do with us as much as it does with us knowing Him. God still very much has us in mind. He has us in heart, and His plans are still to accomplish His purposes through His church. Now, we shouldn't be discouraged. I've preached that. I've taught that multiple times throughout this. We shouldn't be anxious. Rather, we should be moved to prayer, to fellowship, to intimacy with God. I am so guilty at looking at news feeds and reading articles and even seeing what our leaders are saying before I get on my knees and seek the Lord myself. And that is so wrong. That is really so sinful. It's where we're supposed to be at a time like this, and I've even at times been so on the move, so bad that I've wanted to minister to people and be with people that I've forgotten that our primary purpose in life as the church is, more importantly, as a child of God, is to worship and glorify Him. I've also been in the flesh at times, being upset with flesh and blood, with people, rather than realizing that the spiritual war that is happening is ongoing. And we have this battle with the devil and his forces happening right now. That being upset and at odds with mere human beings and their decisions, as helpless and powerless as we are apart from Christ, do very little. So I come to you today broken, humbled, wanting to call us as a church to something very intentional, probably the most important thing we can do right now. And that is to spend time with God. That is to pray. Yes, as a church, we continue to do for the Lord as often as we can, loving our neighbors, caring for those in need. And I couldn't say it anymore. I am so proud of you, church, and thankful for how you're serving each other, thankful for how you're caring for the needs of others around you, thankful for how you've made yourself available for being a helping hand, a part of the solution. But I'm calling us to even more prayer, because it is God's Spirit that unites us. It's us coming together, us being in His Word, being on our knees and seeking God together that will fuel our church to know what our next step should be each day. It's Isaiah 55, verse 6 that says, "Seek the Lord while He may be found. Call upon Him while He is near." Job 8, verse 5 says, "If you will seek God and plead with the Almighty for mercy." We should be moved to that. Seeking God involves calling and pleading. "Oh Lord, open my eyes. Oh Lord, pull back the curtain of my blindness. Lord, have mercy, reveal yourself. I long to see your face." I was reading a book by Ronnie Floyd, and it's simply called How to Pray. And in his book, he wrote, "Jesus was a man of prayer." Think about that for a moment. He was the Son of God. Jesus could do anything He wanted to do in life, but He chose to dedicate His life on this earth to prayer and to service. Jesus personified deep commitment to prayer before His followers, but He also did it before His enemies. And Jesus wanted fellowship with His Father in heaven, and He knew that prayer was the only way to experience it. Jesus said in John chapter 5, verse 19, "Truly, I say to you that the Son is not able to do anything on His own, but only what He sees the Father doing." It is a stunning thing that Jesus in his humanity would declare powerlessness, just as we do. And he's the Son of God. However, Jesus allowed himself to be humbled so that he could see what the Father was doing in heaven. How did this kind of fellowship exist between Jesus and his Father in heaven? One simple word: prayer. Jesus had an intimate, powerful connection with his Father. Prayer is the means by which we can know God and his will for our lives. Prayer is our means of communication with God. Prayer is also the way we have spiritual power, and it's all modeled through our Lord Jesus Christ. So it is with great desire that I'm calling our church together for more prayer. We need to, and we need to do so intentionally, which is why I'm inviting each of you, as you are able, to join us for a prayer meeting by Zoom conference. And this is going to happen on Tuesday night. This coming Tuesday night, I believe that's going to be April the 21st. Tuesday night, April the 21st at 7 p.m. And what you're going to do is our church family is going to be given a link through email. We're going to set it up on Facebook too. We're going to provide a link. And all you have to do is click on that link. We're going to give you some directions when you're on there for what to do to make this the most effective way possible. And we're gonna provide a guide for prayer. If you're not able to join us for the prayer time through Zoom, you can use that guide for prayer to be praying at the same time. We're not meeting to talk about politics. We're not meeting to talk about current news. We're not meeting to talk about plans for church. We're meeting to pray. And I'm really praying that you're going to join me this coming Tuesday night. God bless you all, and I so miss you and love you. This time apart has shown me just how vital it is to be together as the church. I'm sure that you've realized that too. I now have a glimpse of why the writer of Hebrews said to not forsake the assembling of ourselves, to not forsake the meeting together, because our attempts to broadcast services and record them, they're good. And I'm very thankful that we're able to do it. I'm thankful for those that work so hard to make that happen. But honestly, they're not a substitute in the least for being together. It's a nice supplement, but not a substitute. So pray for one another. Keep reaching out if you have need. If you have someone who has a need, please don't hesitate to reach out. We want to help. Would love to help. Looking forward to seeing you all Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on Facebook Live or through our website, mwbaptist.org. If you're not able to join us for worship then, we'll have a link on YouTube where you can watch the services there. Randall Wood's going to be preaching this coming Sunday morning. Worship's going to be led by our wonderful praise team, and I'm going to be praying for God to move mightily in the service. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you.